Hey y'all, this is Tamra. I am the paper and pen girl. For those that are new to my channel, welcome in. On this channel, y'all, we love all things planner related. I love to share with you the many different ways that you can use, reuse, DIY, do different things to the planners that you have so that you can get to planner contentment to make something work for you. If that interests you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. In this video today, what we're going to explore, y'all, is this Erin Condren Softbound Planner. I took one for the team, y'all. I took one for the team. What does that mean? I made it smaller. And I'm going to share with you how I did that and all the amazing lessons that I have learned with making this smaller. Y'all, there's an easy way and there's the way that I did it. So I'm going to share with you both of these ways. I'm going to give you the tips of this is what I would do if I had it to do it all over again. And this is the route that I would take or the way that I would do it. If you're interested in that, please keep watching. Okay. So yes, this planner was just reviewed a day ago, yesterday to be precise. And today, this here little girl has taken the whole thing apart. I know that some of us, the crafty babe, have questions. How would I be able to make this smaller so it's more portable, more compact in my on-the-go folio? I love the on-the-go folio system, and I believe that this is a great complement to that on-the-go folio system. This way I can actually have all the things that I'd be writing in my catch-all planner inside of my on-the-go folio along with my daily. So I'll have my monthly, weekly, daily task list all together as well. I've also been asked if the on-the-go folio system could be used to plan your entire life. And I really do think you can plan your entire life in there. Some people can, depending on what you have going on. Now, the hard way is, let me share with you the hard way. The hard way is to think that this softbound planner is similar to this on-the-go, to these petite planners, and take out the threading. That's going to be the hard way. My suggestion would be, and if I had to do it over again, I would not remove the threading. My initial thought process was that if I removed the threadings, then all of the pages will just come apart in twos, and then I can rearrange it to make sure that I have all the months that I wanted to have in there, maybe 2 months at a time. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. That is not how this works. How this planner is bound is that it is both stitched at intervals and then it is glued together. So stitching and gluing does not, this is not, Shall I say it again? No. So with me taking out my stitches, y'all, this is what I ended up with. This is what I ended up with these pages, where these pages were separate from the rest, and these pages could not be separated because of the way they were glued together. And so, yes, that was definitely, if you want to take a look, if you guys can see, there's no way to separate that. You're going to tear something up. You are going to tear something up. And so that was not a good option. I didn't mind, however, because I knew that even if I tore this apart, number one, I could buy another one. Let me just go buy another one. Or number two, I would just go ahead and sew that back in and pretend this never happened, right? And so that's my first tip when doing this, y'all, is do not take out the stitches. What you also want to do is you want to leave your front section intact. We are going to cut this section, but only in the back of this planner. You are going to leave the front section attached for now, because you want this section to look nice and pretty and clean. So leave this front section. Do not take out your binding, your stitches. This is what this planner looked like first, or the size of what it looked like in the beginning. Yes, the after effect looked a little bit rougher because, you know, that's just how crafting life is. Things does not look the same after you're finished with it. So I was able to separate these into two different sections. I do have from January to July. I needed to keep the month of July. I'll share with you why in a moment. And here is from August to December. Okay, so the August you see, I have to sew that back in. The January to July, I could not separate it at the end of June because of the way that these pages were connected. So because of the way the pages were connected, I just had to keep on going until I found a section that I was able to, separate them in a good way. In a good way. I used, where is my ruler? I used my Erin Condren ruler, y'all, and my X-Acto knife. I did put that right up against where the white meets the black, and I sliced that section. I proceeded to using my tweezer to, just kind of separate the two sections. There, you can't really rip this off. You can't rip that off. It is glued on there. It is really glued on there. So you can't rip that off. So I just used it to separate the two sections. When you are cutting this, you will find that there is a mesh piece. There is a mesh piece, and it's hard to see, but there's a mesh piece that is attaching and holding this section on to this right here. Go ahead and cut through the mesh. Make sure that you're cutting through the mesh lightly because you don't want to cut this section. So cut through the mesh. Once the mesh has been cut through, you can cut it off. You could take it off. You could just take it off just like this. Once you take that off, you will see this glued section along with this brown craft piece of paper. This will be on your planner. You're wanting to remove this section, which I did with this tweezer. I'm going to show you another. See that? That's another piece that came off. So you're going to remove the sections. Once you remove the section, y'all, I would suggest just taking your tweezer and taking some pieces off of this middle section right here and this section right here. In the beginning, I thought I could, take them off individually, just separate them, but that's not going to work. And I figure it's not going to work because when the glue was attached to this page, the glue is hot liquid, plus your paper is melted a little, so you're not going to get them to come off as evenly, equally, or easily as you would this other petite journal. You're not going to get that. So once you get enough off of this section, you will find the spot, and this spot is right in between the last day and last page of the July and the beginning of the August dashboard, right? So that's the spot. You're going to find that spot. This is hanging down. Hold on, that's hanging down. You're going to find that spot, and then you're going to gently try to disconnect a small portion or a small opening from right here. So once I had that disconnected, I used my handy dandy X-Acto knife, and while trying to tear it apart just a little bit or remove it, I'm just cutting, making sure that I'm not slicing through things that I have no business slicing through, but separating it just a little bit until it got all the way down to the bottom and I was able to take it off, because you're cutting through glue. Don't forget that you're cutting through the mesh and you're cutting through the glue. That's what you're going to need to cut through in order to get these two pieces separated. So be mindful of that. Once I got the two separated, or that one went to the side, and this is what you are left with. I ended up having to sew because I undid all 7 months. I undid. So I had to sew back in the entire 7 months worth of pages like this, which I did with a needle and a thread. Thank the Lord God I had those things handy in my house. And this is what I'm left with. So probably not a bad thing for someone to experiment with if that's what they'd like to do. Let me know in the comment down below if this is something that you thought about doing and or wondered if you can do. Go ahead and let me know. During the process, I did take this off. You do not have to take this off. I don't mind the fact that mine came off because I don't have one in any of my petite planners. So I don't think it's necessary for me. With this back page, what can be done is you can use scrapbook paper if you so choose to cut and to cover this up. And then that way, you really wouldn't know that, hey, something traumatic happened to this planner, aka the paper and pen girl happened to her planner. So you wouldn't even know that anything happened. So you can cut it further down so that you're still just seeing the blue insides of the planner, and then put something matching on the inside. Or you can leave it alone. You could leave it just like that. How does it look inside of the planner? I'm going to share with you how does it look. Again, you go to your middle section. Bam, and this is how it looks. It is definitely lighter, and I think it would be easier to carry inside of your on-the-go folio. I'm excited to use this in my folio because it gives me my goals. If I want to put those in there, it gives me my vision board if I want to have that for the month. I can even update the vision board on the go. If I'm waiting someplace, I can do updates to that. I mean, this I think is good for me because I'm going to have my weekly, my dailies in one spot, and my monthly will be in one spot. So I'm excited to see how I actually work with this for 2020, and maybe this could be my 2021 system, period. Who knows? Who knows? Sorry, just had to take a sip of my tea. So that's how that looks. Now you're like, Tamra, well, when I want to use the rest of the year, what am I going to do? Well, I think we can do one of two things with the other half. And I'm going to share the other half with you, or the other less than a half. What we could do, and this I just took off of this planner right here, we can probably cover this up. You know what I mean? Just cover that up. Of course, it's not the size, so we would put a size on there that's going to fit. And put this in here. And then that way, when we're finished with the whole year, we can put it back inside of this. Oh no, I ripped it. We could put it back inside of this here and use a band and band that together. So we'll have the whole year together. So we can put that in there. Look at that. Look at that. So I would have to cut a paper for that one to cut it to size if that's what I choose to do with it. I will put a paper clip on there to take the weight of the band. That's what I normally do with, one or two of my petites, is put a paper clip to take the weight of the band. And that's it. So that's even lighter than carrying it with the cover. Or you could take the other part out of the cover, the first part of the year. You could cut the front of the cover if you so choose to. You could cut that, take this first section out, put the second section in, and put the second section in, glue a sheet of paper in to cover from here to here, and glue this to that. That sounds like a lot of work to me, but that's another option that you can do with that. So y'all, let me know. I mean, let a sister know. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. I know some folks are going to say, Tamara, that's just way too much work. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to leave my planner as is. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. Then there's some folks that are like, I am so going to grab that planner and I'm so going to cut that planner down just like this, so it can be easier for me to carry. And I'm gonna fancy schmancy up the back page. Another thing that I think with this is for those of us who like to use stickers, y'all, with it, this thing, it's about to be hashtag stickering. So we can use all the stickers that we want to use as well. It can get fat and chunky, and it's not a problem. So we can have the best of both worlds. Once it gets even fatter or chunkier at the end of the year, like I said, we just get a band, put the band around this, and it will be done. So we've gone from this size to this size. Is that amazing, or is that amazing? I think it's pretty amazing. If you got any questions, please let me know. If you're going to be purchasing anything from Erin Condren, y'all, I would appreciate it if you would use my links down below in the description box. I have a link that will allow you to get a $10 coupon code emailed to you if it's the first time you're using your email address and purchasing through Erin Condren. If it's not your first time, still click on it, sign in, and it will also give me some credit as well. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to talking to y'all and seeing you in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.